ever get distracted by so much fan mail you're like. Whenever Chewy lost his record to 100,000 to 10 million wookies of the best train racing balloons, all I could do was stand in awe. Chewy looked me in the eye. He said, "Hey Birdie, did you know your McBirdie Burger just lost?" Chewy said, "My horse's name is Carrots, and Carrots was a racing horse. So Carrots had to be raced because Carrots was a winner. But Carrots lost his streak today. I was standing right beside him, and Chewy was distracted by Carrots' fan mail balloons again. He left the balloons on his windscreen again. Good work." Carrots is Chewy's palomino, and I call him his little pony. Chewy has been rolling since Carrots could talk. A few days ago, Chewy and Carrots were out on the Emerald Downs, and Chewy said, "I need a Guinness World Record." And then Carrots started running real fast, and I said, "What is he doing?" And then he ran even faster, and Chewy said, "What the hell are you doing?" And then he kept running fast, and I said, "Stop, stop, stop." And he ran past my burger, and then I got mad and I said, "Slow down, you big idiot dingus." And then Chewy said, "You're a good horse, Carrots." And then he ran even faster, and Chewy said, "You're a bad son, Carrots." And then he started trotting, and Chewy said, "You're a good boy, Carrots." And then I said, "Look, Chewy." And then he said, "Oh, don't say the balloons again, darn it." And I said, "No, Chewy, congratulations, Skippy, you got fan mail." Chewy said, "My horse's name is Carrots, and Carrots was a racing horse. So Carrots had to be raced because Carrots was a winner. But Carrots lost his streak today. I was standing right beside him, and Chewy was distracted by Carrots' fan mail balloons again." He left the balloons on his windscreen again. Good work. And then I said, "Good work, my son. You fought and you lost, but you win again. You're distracting me with your fan mail. I'm trying to comprehend all this mail. Don't let them get that world record. No, 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 no. It's your world record." Chewy said, "My horse's name is Carrots, and Carrots was a racing horse. So Carrots had to be raced because Carrots was a winner. But Carrots lost his streak today. I was standing right beside him, and Chewy was distracted by Carrots' fan mail balloons again." He left the balloons on his windscreen again. Good work. Sometimes Chewy gets distracted by Carrots' super fans. They keep talking to me behind the scenes. I forget those damn balloons. They were meant for them. No, no. They were meant for you, my boy, not them wookies. Good work, my son.